Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Hope all of you are doing great. Today we are going to talk about exciting new feature which was launched last month around AWS Backup. On this channel itself, we have seen many scenarios where AWS Backup can be used. Say you want to take backup of S3 bucket, EBS, RDS, it supports many other services as well. We have seen one scenario where we are backed up complete S3 bucket and restore all the content of the bucket, and that's great. But imagine you have millions of records or millions of files sitting in S3 and you just want to restore one of that. Isn't it easy if you can restore single file? And that's where this feature comes handy. Today we are going to see how we can search metadata of S3 and restore file which you want. All this we will learn and learn by doing. So without further delay, let's get started, get into management console. We are into management console. So first review S3 buckets, and one of the bucket we'll choose as our source, which we are going to back it up using AWS Backup. So let me open AWS Backup as well. Okay, so we have multiple buckets here, but I'll just choose AWS Learn by Doing, and we can just browse it a little bit and see what are the different files we have it here, right? And then I'll go back to AWS Backup. I'll say, okay, like go to dashboard, and we can create backup plan. We have seen earlier like how to create backup plan and all that, but for this particular tutorial I'm going to create on demand backup, and we'll back it up S3 bucket. So here choose service as a S3, and if you see there are multiple resource type which is supported in AWS Backup, and it's good thing, like you can see RDS, EFS, everything is supported. And on this channel we have looked at taking S3 backup, restoring it, taking EC2 backup, RDS backup. So we have seen all this before. So for now I'll go with S3 bucket, and I'll choose the bucket which we thought about, like AWS Learn by Doing. Okay, and this is a new thing which is creating a backup index. And this is the purpose of the video. I'm going to show you how you can use this index and just restore one single file instead of restoring full S3 bucket. You have an option now. You can see which file you want to restore and just restore that single file. And this is possible for S3 as well as for EBS. We'll see S3 today, and for EBS we'll have separate tutorial. So let's get started with S3. So retention, I'll just keep it 1 day in case I forget. Like I'm not paying too much for this, right? So just take 1 day. Backup vault, keep it default. You can create your own new vault, but that is not needed. I'll do default role, and I'll say create on demand backup. So you can see that backup is in progress. It will take a bit of a time. So what I'll do is I'll pause this video and come back when backup completes, and we'll start from there. Backup is completed, and you can see the status which says completed with issues, and the possibly couple of files or one or two files are not backed up, as this S3 has a lot of data and I have downloaded few softwares there. So it's possible that one of the file is not backed up, but there is a message which is calling out the same, right? It doesn't give us details on what files were not backed up, and I couldn't find those details, but that's okay for our tutorial. Okay, so two things you need to make sure before you proceed with the next step. One is the status is completed, and the second thing is whether index creation completed as well. If you go to recovery ARN and see backup index, this will be pending, and it takes a little longer than completion of the backup. Backup completion says it's completed, but still if you come here, index status will say it's pending. So wait till it becomes active, right? Otherwise you will not able to search backup. So either you can search it from here, search backup, or go back. I'll just show you both the ways. For example, if you go back here, right, you will see search option, and if you see it's new, so this is something new feature which we are looking at, right? So this is like called out here. So you can go from here, or you can go from the backup ARN itself. So I'll go from here in the main search, and here what I'll say is create search. So for creating a search, it will say what are the resource type. As we know, this feature is available only for ES3 and EBS, and we are looking at S3 today. So I'll choose S3. Then backup properties. So here you should put ARN, or if you have created given a tag when you create a backup, you can put that as well. So either way, it should be okay for us. Like we have ARN, which we can copy from here. So let me copy ARN of this backup, or a recovery point. Sorry, and this is my ARN. Okay, so recovery point ARN is this. So we are good with it. So item properties. So you want to search for a single file, you can give object keys if you know which file you want looking at, or otherwise just give some other criteria. I'll just say file size, and here it is like the operator. So they made it easy for us to write our query. So I'll say, okay, I want anything greater than, say, I'll just say MB, 1 MB. Okay, I'll say anything greater than 1 MB, show me that. And rest you can keep it as is. You don't need to key in job name if you don't want. It's optional, and same like KMS key. So I'll just search. Okay, so it says it's searching and it's in progress. So let's see like how much time it will take, and depending on the data it will take time. Like, so messages, depending on the amount of index data scan, this might take several hours. So I don't see that it will take hours for us, because ours is relatively small S3 bucket, so it should be fairly quick. But still, like, it might take few minutes. So while we do that, right, let's look at our S3 bucket. So let me go here. This was the S3 bucket which we backed up. And from this, whatever files are greater than 1 MB, you should see it in our result set in search. So for example, 37.9 MB. So this file openai.zip should be there. This file shouldn't be there, 781 or smaller than that. So similarly, other files, like whatever files are greater than 1 MB should be reflected. Okay, so let's see like what are the files we can see there. So it was here, right? Okay, so search is completed. So let's see details around it. Okay, great. So as we have seen, we have given a criteria that anything greater than 1 MB, we want to see it in our search. And that's how it becomes easy for us to give some criteria, right? Here we are just testing out 1 MB, but it could be anything, right? Depending on your requirement. Either you can give object key, you can give version number, you can give tags. So a lot of options for us. So this file DB software, and then P30 something. Okay, this is 1 MB, right? So that was a cutoff, 1 MB. So what I'll do is just let me take this file, DB software. Okay, I'll go into the software and delete this file. Let's, because we want to see the recovery, right? That is the whole purpose of it. So I'll just go to this parent directory, then go into DB software, and let me search for this and delete it. Okay, so this 1 MB file will be gone. Okay, I confirm it that I want to delete this object. Okay, so object is gone now. So let's go back. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just select this file, and I want to restore this file. And as you can see, you can select multiple files. So this is a really awesome feature where you get more visibility to your files, and if some file is missing, you can definitely use this file level or item level recovery instead of restoring complete big size bucket. So this is awesome feature, and it's like very practical use I can see. Okay, so just select this, restore, item level restore, and restore entire bucket is still an option, but we are not doing it. Restore to source bucket, use existing bucket. If you want to restore it to other bucket, you can do it, use existing bucket, or even you can create new bucket and put that backup or put that piece there, backup is there. So Yeah, so this I'll just keep it as is. I'm not going to change anything and say restore. But only one thing you should notice is like we are telling where to restore it or which item we need to restore. We chose it in the earlier page as well, but just make sure that you are seeing it here. And you can add up to four more items. So up to five items you can restore in a single restore job. This is a good information to know. And this could change, but as of now, restore up to five objects. Okay, so with that, just say restore and restore is in progress. It's always says it takes hours and all that because like in real world it might be a bigger file we are restoring. It could be millions of records in that s3, so s3 backup may take time. So it gives us a warning, or it sets our expectation that it might take longer. But in our case, it might not be that long because it's just 1 MB file we are trying to restore. And as you say, there was option. Put it in source bucket, put it in new S3 bucket, or put it in any other existing bucket. So all these three options are available for us. So pending is changed to running. So something is happening. Oh, great. You can see that restore job completed. Right? It took like just 1 minute. Restore time is saying 1 minute. So it's not that long. Okay, and what I have observed is when you see it's completed, right here, it still shows that restore is in progress. But if you refresh it, you will not see this message. But I have seen this behavior anyway. Okay, so I'll close it. And now the main purpose of doing all this hassle is like getting our item recovery done. This file is back. This 1 MB file, if you see last modified is 15 Jan, which is today. So that's great. And in our next tutorial, we'll going to look at how EBS restore works on file level. Yeah, this will be interesting as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new, and we'll meet you in next tutorial. Hope you learned something new today. If so, please like this video, share, leave your comment so that I know this content is helping you. Don't forget to subscribe, and that's now. See you again with yet another exciting tutorial about AWS. Keep learning, keep sharing what you learn, and thanks for watching.